Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Monday, July the 25th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out today. Over the next several days, this reading may or may not be for you. This reading is also not sign specific, but I will call out any zodiac signs that I do feel need mentioning throughout the reading. This is a general collective message. If you are looking into booking a more personalized message, feel free to check out that description box below. We're going to talk about some of these astrology aspects, and then we're going to jump in with some cards. I'm pre-recording this on Sunday afternoon. We just got home from our camping trip this weekend, and so I'm trying to stay a little bit ahead of the game. All right, so today, Monday, July the 25th, we do have Venus square Jupiter. And so square aspects are usually very, very difficult to work with. Venus is all about love, relationships, money, and finance. Jupiter in Aries is all about self-expansion. And so really any aspects with Jupiter are going to be beneficial, even if the energy can come in very harshly, very brashly. And so Venus is in Cancer. Jupiter is in Aries, both at 8 degrees 41. We have Venus in Cancer in the second house of Gemini at 29 degrees 22. 29 is a very karmic number. When we round the closing of any sign, we get to that 29 degree mark. But then with the 22, I feel mastering the closing out of a karmic cycle. The second house is about self-worth, self-value, possessions. We also have Lilith in Cancer at 11 degrees 17 in the second house. And we also have the Fortune in Cancer at 14 degrees 39 in the second house. We got a lot going on in the second house, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. With Jupiter in Aries in the 11th house of Pisces, along with Neptune in the 11th house and Chiron in the 11th house, I think there's going to be some major upheavals when it comes to some social group settings is what I'm feeling. And there's going to be some relationship upheaval for sure. And so a square transit between Venus and Jupiter is making us all very much aware of our new desires for growth. We are in the year of the Great Awakening. And so this energy is bringing all kinds of new opportunities for expansion into many of our lives. But likely this change is going to come from a relationship of some sort. And so wherever these changes are coming from, it will lead to the opening up of a new possibility and some newfound potential. But it's not going to come without some upheaval of some sort. And so we're going to want to embrace a little bit of caution when it comes to change. We're going to want to consciously embrace these changes. And so we're really reevaluating where we have changed ourselves just to please another, to not be rejected, is I feel a big energy coming through. And so there's also this high probability of cheating within your love life within this period of time. And so it's gonna have this feeling with the energy when it comes to setting up limits, because Jupiter is expansive, right? Limitless energy. And so but with the square, it's creating restrictions. And so you might find it hard to say no when it comes to somebody asking something of you. But I'm thinking, get ready to keep your habits in check. Get ready to you know, address overspending habits. It's like this reality check energy. And when we're speaking of greedy behavior, because the second house is about finances, I think we're looking at how our money is being handled with the Venus and Jupiter affluence in the energies. And you might be experiencing some money issues when it comes to overspending or overindulging in some lustful desires that you've been having, or desires that you feel can only be fulfilled with money, money, money. And yes, we live in a material world, but we're not here to overindulge ourselves in these luxuries, to buy all of these expensive products and play into all of this consumerism. And I feel like looking at these aspects in our life is going to be paramount towards fixing greedy, materialistic behavior. And so We are here to learn to enjoy life without overspending. That's one of the first things my guides made very clear on the journey was financial discipline. Financial discipline. To practice self-restraint is another message. And so I also feel this bright view on life kind of being restored, but maybe a little bit too bright, okay? And so maybe things aren't as well off as they seem or as pleasant as they seem, you know? And so get ready for issues either at work or in relationships to come forward when it comes to these far-fetched ideals that you've been playing into, or this overachievement energy. And so most of the time, you know, we're not living in that reality that we need to be living in. And so what I kept hearing is it's high time we open our eyes to this reality check. It's going to be a reality check type energy, especially when it comes to getting our cash flow and our financial stability in order, because we don't want to encounter any financial issues along the way. And so I think finances is going to be a big issue in the energies, especially if you play into this constant lustful desire to indulge in these pleasures, right? And so whether these overindulgences are food, physical, financial, or superficial, it's this energy of I want it all. And let's face it, we're not here on the spiritual journey to, you know, obtain all of these extravagant material possessions is kind of one of the first lessons I feel many of us learn on the spiritual journey. And so the second house is the house of possessions, okay? So it does speak to what we own, but it's not limited to just tangible things. We own our feelings and our emotions, and we own our inner selves and our abilities and our needs and our wants. And so are you taking ownership of your life, I think, is a question to kind of ask yourself in the energies today. And with the second house in Gemini, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. And right now, Mercury is in Leo. So I kind of feel the energy is asking us to really identify how we identify with our finances and our relationships and our belongings. And so you might want to find your own Mercury placement in your own natal chart. Mine is Aries, and where it falls in your natal chart, and mine also falls in the second house. And so that'll give you kind of an idea of, you know, where it sits in your natal chart, what energies you might be working with personally. And so the second house is traditionally ruled by Taurus. That, you know, ruling planet is Venus. And so the second house rules everything when it comes to our financial standing in life. Our assets all fall into this category, along with our self-worth. So anybody that bases their self-worth on material possessions, I think, is going to get a big wake-up call in the energies, because I feel there's going to be a lot of financial upheaval and a lot of material losses in the energies. And so with Venus transiting the second house, though, this can bestow a lot of positive luck and developments, especially working with the Jupiter energy. And so Venus in the second house really is encouraging us all to take care of the things that we own. Be grateful. Live a life of gratitude for what you already got, and that will bring in more abundance. And so when we take care of our home, when we take care of the things that we've, you know, built in our life with great love and attention, then it grows, right? Lilith in the second house. So we think of Lilith energy. That's our repressed dark moon energy. And Lilith is also connected to fear of rejection, fear of materialism, fear of, you know, rejecting our material world. And so it is this energy of fear when it comes to maybe disapproval of others, when it comes to how you've handled your possessions and your wealth. And it is this deep-seated subconscious fear that can lead to a lot of provocative actions, because Lilith desires material possessions. So like a very greedy Lilith placement would be Lilith in Taurus. All about the money, money, money. I want it all. I'm greedy, greedy, greedy. And so, you know, it's all going to depend on your Lilith placement too, how this energy is going to affect you. My Lilith is in Libra. My dark moon energy is all about the anger I hold below the surface about any injustices that have taken place. And learning to not keep giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, because not everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt. And so take a look at where your Lilith falls. Right now, Lilith is in Cancer, which is all about breaking free from these extremely codependent relationships. And so Lilith can become very overly greedy. Lilith in Taurus does enjoy to exceed limitations, and it's this very unquenchable trait when it comes to being a wealth vampire, a greedy money vampire. And so our approach towards money sometimes can be of a very secretive nature. And sometimes it's so hidden deep in our subconscious, we don't even realize that this is a motivation that we hold. And so I kind of feel, get ready for some outer world upheaval when it comes to being overly greedy, or, you know, burning through a lot of money just to achieve material possessions to appear successful to the outside world. And so money can become a real obsession with people, unfortunately. And many people allow money to control their lives. And many people stay in relationships way longer than they should because of this obsession with materialism, greed, and money. And so virtually this energy is like, I want to get a grip on anything I feel that I can own, whether this is money or even people. People try to control and own people when it comes to obtaining desires, right? And so especially with individuals that do have Lilith in the second house. So I think get ready to guard yourself against materialism and greed, because we are here to learn to share these resources. There is plenty to go around. There is more than enough to go around. And so I feel so many people disconnect from their emotions, and all they care excuse me, big lump in my throat. All people care about is money and security. They don't care about the emotional connection. And so so many people feel inferior too when they go and compare themselves to others, and they feel like they have less than others, and nobody has more, nobody has less. It's all based on our vibration, right? And so all of these energies are coming up to be addressed. And then we throw the 11th house energy in there with Jupiter. And the 11th house in astrology is about friendships. And get ready to break free from a social group if you're involved in emotionless friendships, or, you know, where you maybe just want to help somebody even though you really don't care about them. So I feel with the 11th house ruling friends and groups of friends that we belong to, we have Chiron in the 11th house, Jupiter in the 11th house. And so I really do feel it is a lot of higher thought as well, but it is this power of spiritual community coming through. And so it is so important that we help those who are less fortunate than us, okay? It is very important that we step into the social improvement and our humanitarianism efforts on the spiritual journey. But there's a lot of fears coming up, I feel, in the energy when it comes to building false friendships, false social groups that have hindered us from our goals, our hopes, and our future dreams. And so I think get ready to deal with upheaval when it comes to a group or a camaraderie of some sort. Because with Neptune in the 11th house, Neptune ruling illusions, somebody here has been stuck in a social group filled with illusions, people wearing masks. And it's kind of time to open up to the channels of some other realms of friendships, groups, and organizations that, you know, are teamwork-based endeavors is kind of what I feel. And so with Neptune in the 11th house, it does have a lot to do with your hopes and your wishes. So my Neptune's in Sag. My 11th house is in Capricorn. And so Sagittarius is the ruler of Jupiter, right? Expansion. And so with a well-aspected Neptune in the 11th house, this is really going to suggest that you have a very powerful, strong manifesting ability. And Capricorn, for me, in the 11th house is all about that leadership energy for the betterment, for social improvement. And so You might find it very, very difficult in the energies to distinguish true friends that actually will treat you with the respect that you deserve versus the friendships that you've been making sacrifices for who just are no longer good for you. And so what I feel is get ready for many, many friends to be leaving your life rather quickly in the energies, okay? Especially with Chiron in the 11th house, and the 11th house placement of Chiron ruled by Uranus. It's all about upheaval, right? And this fear coming to the surface when it comes to past disappointments with friendships. So it's this deep wound of belonging, feeling like you don't belong, right? And so many of us might find this newfound desire to focus on healing these wounds, addressing these wounds, when it comes to gaining new insights, allowing us to move on from fake friends and fake family. And so these wounds ultimately come from childhood and teenage years. I know myself, I never ever fit in school. I was always bullied. I was always teased. If I had to go back and do grade school and high school again, that's a big F no. F no, because everybody was so mean to me. And so I feel a lot of us, I heard you, Savvy, you're going to have to wait. A lot of us have experienced this rejection and trauma when it comes to friendships in our lives. And so we don't want to keep repeating that wound, right? Because many of us get scarred for life when it comes to never fitting in socially as children or teenagers. And so this can also keep us very emotionally detached in adulthood with friendships when it comes to distrusting people. And so I feel there's going to be some type of upheaval to trigger this wound when it comes to peers and social groups and social interactions and a breaking free, because the 11th house does deal with our life's philosophy, religion, idealism, speculation, and our understanding of the people that we are connected with. And so I do feel this chance of opening up to a greater fellowship within the spiritual community as well. So let's jump in with some cards and see what other energies need to come through for the collective today. I'm going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Look at that. New life. Oh my God. Observer reverse. Somebody's not been paying attention. Somebody's really not been paying attention to the signs. Somebody needs to open up their eyes. There is a new life around the corner, but somebody's really going to have to pay attention. So let's see. We're going to do a 5 energies coming out with these cards, and then we're going to clarify with the towers. So we got to the sea reversed. Somebody needs to leave a group of friends behind or a relationship behind, and they've been clinging to control. There's no financial security here. This is not my wish fulfillment. This is not my happily ever after. Somebody's been unwilling to go within and listen to their higher guidance. There is a huge injustice here. Somebody's not been willing to open up their eyes. Very inflexible energy. I'm not going to change. I don't need to change. I don't need to look at this. And then we get the yin energy with the higher power. So there's that Venus energy coming through. Ace of Cups energy, higher power, third eye energy coming through when it comes to a foundation. So somebody's been very inflexible. And there's a lack of balance. There's a need for balance. There's been an injustice that needs to be made right. And there's like the opposite of that Jupiter energy. So somebody's somewhere where there is no growth. There is no expansion. They've been holding on to something that needs to die away. There's nothing left to learn here. This is not my treasure island. This is not my happily ever after. And I feel like a huge unavoidable shakeup. There's going to be some type of tower, fated, destined change. And I think somebody's about to have an emotional outburst. They're not going to be able to hold it together anymore. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm a little bit congested, guys, so bear with me. All right, so yeah, there's definitely a lack of fortune, a lack of growth, and somebody here does have a deep knowing, like, this is not my home. This is not my person. This is not my happily ever after. I'm feeling a karmic contract here, and there's been resistance to embracing this change, to closing out a cycle. It's really been blocked to your blessings, is what I'm feeling. And somebody here does have a deep knowing, is receiving the guidance, and they've not been flexible. All stuck up in their head. Overanalyzing in a situation where, hey, I'm not happy. Like I said, this is not my happily ever after, and divine time is like, yo, it's time to face that conflict. You can't keep avoiding this chaos and conflict. You cannot keep avoiding this change. The time is now for action is kind of what I'm feeling, and it's like this judgment day energy coming through. Pardon me, guys. Let's clarify with the tarot and see what else needs to come through. So this is the first card we're going to clarify, to the sea reverse. So I'm feeling like a Five of Swords energy, to be honest. Manipulation, wanting to win at all costs. I will do whatever it takes to win at all costs. Look at that, bottom of the deck. Six of Pentacles reversed, Lovers reversed. There's no balance here. This is not what I asked for. This is not what I prayed for. Two people not on the same page. Not at all on the same page. Likely giving to more than one. There could be some struggles financially. Could be dealing with somebody, hiding money, stashing away money, lying about their financial situation. And there's going to be a split. There is going to be a split. We're not on the same page. The Lovers reversed is the devil, really. Materialistic, greedy foundation. And it's time to take steps in a new direction, or you're going to miss out on what it is that you've been manifesting. And yeah, somebody's been playing into their pride and their ego, unwilling to change, could be dealing with a Leo. This is not my wish fulfillment. This is not what I asked for. There could be a lot of overindulging going on too. So I would really be careful about overindulging in alcohol or drugs or spending that money. The Nine of Cups reverses like I'm not happy, so I'm going to try and fill a void with everything but love. And I think somebody's about to get really rigorously honest here about a situation, because they've been guided by spirit to speak up. They've really been going within, trying to master a lesson, is what I'm feeling, because there is no balance here. Not at all. No. Dealing with a materialistic, greedy person. Somebody that doesn't want to be alone. Maybe can't even afford to live on their own. Somebody's clinging to control for the money. For the money, honey. And I think there's going to be a parting of the ways, because somebody's not been listening to that guidance from spirit. Yeah? There's going to be a parting of the ways. There is going to be a realignment, because there's no love here. There's no love here with the Knight of Cups reversed, and somebody's been juggling, feeling like a jokester, feeling like a trickster. There might even be some exposure of an unrequited love situation, dealing with a player of some sort. Speaks words of love, but has no follow-through. So let's clarify to the sea and see what this manipulation is about. Nine of Cups reversed. So maybe somebody's been overindulging with a group of friends. Oh my God, that Six of Pentacles reverse wanted to come out again. So there is no balance. And somebody's been refusing to take action in a new direction. There's a new opportunity for love here. A brand new opportunity. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be new with the Page of Cups. But somebody needs to get rigorously honest with themselves and make a final judgment call. This is a wake-up call for sure. Can't keep staying stuck. I think a decision's already been made, but somebody's been gripping to control, because I think there's been struggles financially. I think somebody overindulged, and maybe it's going to lead to, you know, financial ruin, because somebody's dealing with a materialistic, greedy bitch, is what I'm feeling with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Somebody who doesn't know her worth and doesn't know her value and bases it on material possessions. And I see a new opportunity for love here. So somebody's getting a rude awakening. Somebody's getting a wake-up call, because it is about love. It's not about the money. It's not about materialism. It's not about greed. It's about love. It's about love. And there's that Five of Swords. I'm giving up the fight. I don't even care. I'm walking away from this, because I don't care about the money. I want love in my life. And there's no love here. Could be dealing with Pisces. Doesn't have to be. But somebody needs to find some balance in their life. There is no balance, and I think somebody's been gripping to control. I heard you, honey. Somebody's been gripping to control all about the money, 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 and there's a need to heal. So let's clarify milk and honey in reversed with breathe reversed. And what I find interesting about the breathe card, if you noticed, it is a 29. So resistance to closing out this cycle is what I'm feeling. Likely clinging to the past memories. Maybe at one point in time, you know, things were really good. Things looked good and you thought this was your person. But clinging to the memories. I think, you know, a lot of nostalgia, looking back at the past to the better times. And that's really prevented somebody from moving forward with the Six of Cups. And I think it's kind of time to just part ways. We've got a couple of sixes, which is all about journeying to balance and harmony. And maybe there was a third party in the past clinging to control because of the memories. And I think, you know, maybe somebody here has another lover on their mind that they want to go towards, because this is coming to a dead stop, without a doubt. Something's coming to a dead stop. This could be an emotional outburst of some sort. There's no more passion here. Get ready to receive some bad news. Somebody's breaking free from an illusion. Somebody's been dealing with a master manipulator. And that's getting revealed, that somebody's been clinging to control out of ego. Pride and ego. Could be dealing with the Pisces, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo. But I think there's going to be an emotional outburst. Somebody's going to be getting exposed when it comes to some manipulation in a contract where there is no passion left. It's coming to a dead stop because somebody's like, hey, I got all the tools I need to shed this situation and go in a new direction. Yeah, somebody's been manipulating somebody, blocking them from moving forward, resisting this ending. It's over. Oh, it's over. And somebody just doesn't want to see it. There's been resistance to going within. Somebody's afraid to be alone. Somebody's been holding on to a situation because they don't want to be alone. And they're angry, they're bitter, they're jealous, they're possessive. And I feel a karmic feminine energy is getting a rude awakening. She's about to have an unavoidable tower, and she might have to rebuild from ground zero in a new direction is what I'm feeling. So definitely something very unfair, dealing with somebody very inflexible, unwilling to change, and a higher power is stepping in because the time is now for a brand new beginning of love. It's time to build these foundations on love, not money, greed, and finances. So let's clarify this pile here, because somebody's been shown the way forward, going right towards a twin soul union of some sort, 2 of Cups, a life partnership. And yeah, and there's about to be some secrets revealed. Maybe somebody's been secretly holding on to a connection that they have a lot of love for. And this greedy miser has been keeping somebody stuck from going towards wish fulfillment. I'd like to get a couple more energies, please. Could be dealing with a Pisces. Could be dealing with a psychic, a healer, a reader, a medium of some sort. Somebody that does have a direct connection to God, that already knows that maybe somebody's been dealing with a very toxic situation for sure. Somebody's been dealing with addictions, materialism, greed. Somebody could be stealing something from somebody. Maybe there was a theft in the past, sneaking away. Somebody's really been healing when it comes to some truth about a very toxic situation. And somebody's been chained to something toxic that they needed to walk away from. And I feel a high priestess that maybe has revealed that somebody's been trapped in a situation, an imprisonment of some sort. Maybe somebody's been in like a karmic imprisonment in a karmic contract, paying back some karmic debt because of some past life abuses here. But there is going to be exposure, quite possibly even a confession, because there is a brand new cycle in love trying to come in, and there is going to be some secrets revealed in order for a cycle to come full circle. Yeah, whoever's in this toxic foundation, they're about to get a wake-up call, and they're about to get blasted out of the water, because an Ace of Cups, new beginning, is trying to come in, quite possibly with a reader or a healer or a high priestess of some sort, somebody that already knows the truth, and underneath the surface, there's been a lack of expansion and growth. Somebody maybe at first thought this was a fated connection, and maybe it was to learn a lesson. Holding on, thinking, hey, it's not over, it's not over. Well, it's over. It's over because somebody's been going within thinking long and hard about a connection, a divinely guided connection. The Lovers upright is a deep spiritual connection, a deep past life connection. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, I will get it in a minute. I'm back, guys. My peanut needed me. I apologize for the interruption. All right, where were we? Yeah, somebody's been going within. Could be a Virgo, could be a Gemini. And they've been going within, seeking the answers. They've been in the dark night of the soul, in a hopeless situation, in a power struggle, in a tug of war with somebody. And definitely somebody that's come between a divine union, and somebody's like, I'm all done. I've learned all I need to learn. I know exactly where it is I need to go, and I'm making an unexpected choice in love. I'm leaving the past behind. I desperately need healing. Yeah, leaving a foundation behind. And this could be total financial ruin. There's that Chiron aspect. Breaking free from a family structure, closing out a cycle for sure. Tens are endings, and now we got a King of Wands too. Two people, all about materialism, greed, possession. Two people clinging to control, to win at all costs. Fighting over money, fighting over the foundation, fighting over finances, and there's going to be a breakdown. There is going to be some justice being served, some karma being served, because this situation is not balanced, and somebody here has had a heavy heart when it comes to maybe not choosing a lover from the past and going towards a greedy person and a foundation that they've spent a lot of time on, arguing, fighting, defensive, and it's only prevented a brand new abundant beginning. And so I feel a change in legacies here, and this is a wound for sure coming up. Maybe clinging to control because they were both connected to the same social circle. But this situation is hopeless. There's no healing here. This is not what I prayed for, not what I asked for. Why would you keep wanting to play into this power struggle? There is a need for balance. And there is a need to make an unexpected choice in love. So let's look at the fates. There is going to be some fated, destined change. And this is going to get you back on path towards what it is you have prayed for, what it is that you do deserve. And I feel somebody is going to have a hard time controlling their emotions, staying poised. Yeah. And there is a masculine about to take charge. The Emperor does do what he needs to do to take charge of a situation. Maybe in the past this person did not want to accept a leadership position. But the fates are stepping in. This Emperor is all done grieving. All done playing into this third-party drama. All done. We got a couple of fives here. There's going to be some rapid changes for sure. And a masculine taking charge. There's a masculine taking charge of a situation. He's upright. When he's upright, he does the right thing. He does what he needs to do to make a situation right. And I think he's been in a state of prolonged grieving, dealing with a bitch, a control freak, a possessive, controlling, demanding control freak, maybe very bitter, vengeful, holding on for the money. I feel a masculine that likely has his finances in check. And he's going to the sea. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. What a foolish decision I made. Feeling really foolish for going towards a temptress, a lustful connection built on greed, sex. There's no love. There is no love in these cards. The only love in these cards is this Ace of Cups that somebody is being guided to go towards. Oh my gosh. Yep. Somebody's coming in with an offer, an apology of some sort. They did not value their true match in the past. They lied to her. Maybe there's been a lack of communication. Maybe for 6 years, 5 years. It's been a while. There's not been talking because this masculine's been playing games with a very immature, spoiled brat-like energy. Foolish decision. And maybe this person was this other person's stability, you know, held down the fort for them. And I'm all done. I'm all done grieving. I'm all done. I'm moving on. I see a new golden opportunity. I didn't value my person in the past. I blocked communication. I've been lying to everybody. I've been lying to my empress. I've been lying to everybody I've been connected with. And they know they have to come in and face somebody that is very guarded because this person was likely abandoned in her time of need, abandoned in the dark night of the soul. And now the roles have been reversed. There is a karmic rebalancing here, and there is going to be a lot of communication about a masculine that's been losing sleep, stressed, anxiety, about a past betrayal, and there is going to be a final nail in the coffin in a conversation about some past betrayal and a very foolish decision, an unwise decision. Somebody's moving on and they're coming in for victory. Oh yeah, they're coming back from something they walked away from. Oh yes, they are. And they've been spying, they've been watching, not talking, and now all they want to do is rush in for this missed opportunity. I see passion here, and I'm coming in quick. Get ready for an unexpected arrival from somebody that's been withholding a whole lot of communication. Because the time is now for things to move forward when it comes to these divine unions. Building a foundation from the heart, a life partnership. There is going to be a new beginning here because the time is now to plant those seeds in a new direction. This is like my Cinderella card. I feel a feminine here that's waited a long time to reap her harvest. And she's been guarded. She's been protecting her energy. She's been building a foundation for herself, been healing from abandonment, lies, ghosting, and preparing for a twin soul union. Somebody's coming in to consciously release a burden because there is this divine guidance pushing somebody forward. Like I said, somebody here does have a direct connection to God source, Taurus, the Hierophant. Coming in maybe even with a proposal of some sort, but this will lead to a committed partnership, I feel, after a long period of ghosting. And I also feel somebody that, you know, has clung to control for finances getting left out in the cold because there ain't no more working together in this situation. Somebody wants love in their life. So, wow. Let's get a couple last messages from Spirit, guys. This one was a doozy. Wow. Yeah, somebody has been unwilling to learn a lesson. Could be dealing with a younger woman, somebody that definitely doesn't know her worth or value. And if this woman does not get out of this foundation, the universe is going to throw them out. There's that tower. Get ready to get blasted out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to rebuild from ground zero in a new direction. And I feel, yep, there's somebody teaching somebody a valuable lesson. And there are, without a doubt, a lot of obstacles to get through. And somebody is processing a lot of emotions that they've blocked for a very long time on their heart before coming in for healing. There's an Empress here that has a lot of love to give. And I think she's done pouring into people that don't pour into her. She's all done investing in people that don't invest in her. And I feel really trusting in her intuition. And she is a high priestess. And she's been sensing this going on behind the scenes. And I feel somebody just wants to come forward and offer love and support to this Empress and to build a family together, seeking that forgiveness. Somebody is liberating themselves from a contract where they've been mistreated, they've been belittled, they've been financially abused, quite possibly even physically abused by this feminine energy that wanted to control a situation, very much mistreated this masculine. And he's been holding on for the financial stability rather than moving on from it. And there's going to be liberation. And a masculine coming in for forgiveness, hoping that it's not too late to get honest with the person that he loves the most. Because somebody's getting honest with themselves first. And I think they're afraid of rejection. And they're afraid of facing that judgment. And they've been facing all kinds of challenging experiences along their journey in order to open up their mind to what has really been going on, because they've been dealing with somebody that has no respect for them, has not been treating them with dignity, and they've really been struggling. And somebody is coming forward with compassion, hoping that this person that they rejected will give them understanding, because they want to recapture this connection. Yep, we are the company we keep. And there is a social group breaking down because these people are not healthy. This space is not healthy. And this karmic relationship was never meant to last. And somebody's coming to this realization of like, oh my God, I've not been honoring my life. I need to take better care of myself. I need to reconnect with myself. I need to reconnect with the woman that I rejected in the heart space. And I'm really hoping she'll offer me some healing love, because I can see clearly now somebody that has always loved me and supported me and never made me feel small. And somebody made a foolish choice. So get ready for an unexpected arrival or departure. And that's what I got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or twin soul reading with me, check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.